Nice and slowly. There it is. Good evening, guys. Bit of an unexpected fishing trip this. We was meant to be going to a festival this weekend, but last minute we found out it was cancelled. So Mrs said you might as well go fishing. So here I am. So yeah, managed to squeeze in on Ratfyn Lake on the Watergate complex, and I'm in swim 3, one of the corner swims, and I've just set up. Yeah, so I had to finish work first, and you know what it's like, you're itching to get out and get in the car, and yeah, and every car gets in your way, doesn't it? But anyway, I made it down here, got the rods out, got the bivvy up, and I think on the menu tonight it's going to be me, because there's loads of mozzies, absolutely stacks of them, all in the bivvy. So yeah, I've got a feeling I might be a bit itchy tomorrow. But anyway, hopefully we'll have a fish. Fishing wise, I'm fishing both rods over towards the island, not too tight because it's very shallow over there by the island, but I've got one a couple of rod lengths off and one about half a rod length off, and the fish just jumped out mid-water. But yeah, there's a few fish showing, not loads of fish leaping or anything, but it's a lovely evening, sun's just going down, and yeah, so what I've done, I've got a pop-up on one rod for a change, pop-up Pacific tuna, on the other rod a wafter Pacific tuna, and yeah, the wafter's just on my usual sort of blowback rig, and the pop-up's using a doubled over rigidity section by the hook onto a semi-stiff hook length, both on running leads, so we'll see what happens. And freebies, I've sprinkled a few boilies out by catapult, not many, about 15 boilies just in the general area. So what I have done before I put the rods out, I've gone around to the swim that's not used over in the middle, over to the right of me, and spooned out 4 spoons of like pellet and broilie crumb in the general area again. I just want a nice spread in the area and hopefully get the fish rooting around. So there's lots of small stuff out there, and some whole boilies as well that I put out with the catapult. So yeah, the rods are out, we're fishing, and yeah, it's an unexpected surprise. So yeah, showing you about the festival. I was looking forward to it. These things happen. I've got 2 nights ahead of me, so we'll see what happens, and hopefully we'll get a fish for the camera. I'll see you soon. What's it, guys? Just getting off about 7:30 now. Been up for a while, had a cup of tea and what have you. I've actually had a recast this morning on my left hand rod, because at about 2 o'clock this morning, 2:30, I had a funny twitchy bite. It was you know, one of those where it's sort of bip 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 bip. So I hit it, and I felt a bit of resistance for a few seconds and then nothing. So I'm not too sure what that was. I'm pretty sure it was a pickup, but what it was I don't know. It might have been a tench or you know, a silverfish or something. I don't know. It didn't feel carpy. Could have been a bream. I don't even know there's bream in here, but it felt like a bream sort of bite. But anyway, so I had to reposition that in the night, and I cast it out obviously in the dark, and I wasn't entirely sure where it went, so I've recast that at first light this morning. It's very quiet. There's still the odd fish showing, mainly tight to the island where it's really shallow, but I'm going to keep an eye on the lake. I've not seen much fizzing, if any fizzing, going on in front of me this morning, which is unusual for this lake because normally they do like to fizz up. But yeah, no, nothing to see, nothing to report. All very quiet. But I'm going to enjoy this lovely morning. It's absolutely gorgeous. So make the most of this nice fine weather and relax and enjoy the view. So that's the catch up, and we'll catch up again later. Watch it guys, it's getting on now. It's getting on for about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Nothing's happening. It's been very quiet. No one on the lake has had anything. Most people have packed up now and gone home. It's just me and a day ticket fella here. So it looks like I'll be on my own tonight. I've taken the rods in for the moment. I started to see a few shadows swimming around, so I thought I'd go back to the car, and I've been putting out some of the old chum mixer for about the last hour, and getting the odd fish, taking them. It's very difficult conditions though, because the wind is pretty strong, so hopefully you can hear me okay. But yeah, so it's pretty strong wind conditions. I started putting some out with a catapult, and the fish were taking them, but it's only close in. But I thought I'd put some out for the spom as well, a bit further out, and let them drift in. And like I say, there are the odd fish taking them, not masses. I haven't got the hook bait out yet. I've got the floater rod all set up, ready to go, but I'm not putting it out yet until I get some more confidence in the fish. I want to see a few fish at a time, sort of Pac-Man-ing out there. So I'll give it a little while longer, get some more of these out there, keep an eye on them. Like I say, it is a bit breezy. Every now and again the wind stops and the fish come up and have a munch. Then the breeze comes and they stop again. So I've got the conditions against me, and also the tufties have spotted them and now they're on them. So it's a tall order, but I don't think anything's happening with the bottom rods at the moment. So this might be my best chance. So I'm going to keep putting these in, keep an eye on the water, hopefully get their confidence up, and then I'll get the floater rod out and see if we can sneak one. But anyway, that's what I'm up to, and I'll let you know how it goes. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got a few fish out there now, and I'm going to cast out while the going's good. I'm going to cast past them, and then reel it back towards them. It's got a nice long hook length. Give it some welly. Well past. And what we'll do, bring it back nice and slow into the danger zone. Nice and slowly. Nice and slowly. Somewhere about there, I reckon. It's just a waiting game, and see if we can trick one. If you can see me in there, I'm in the screen. Let's see what happens. It's been pretty tricky. The conditions, the wind conditions keeps changing, and just had a lull and a group of fish came up, and I thought that'd do me. When the wind picks up again, it's all going to go quiet again. So I need to make the most of this opportunity. They're still out there. One just came up behind it. A little one in front. The wind's just starting to pick up again. Could be the kiss of death. Let's see. It would be nice to winkle one. Still some activity out there. Oh, one just came up right by the float. They always seem to be interested to see what the float is and knock it from time to time. It's really difficult to see the fish. This ripple on. You don't really see them until they come up. Oh, that's close. He's really going for it out there. Like I say, the sun's come out. Look at him go. Look, he's really packed manning out there now. The bow of my line is probably horrendous because it's pulling the bait out of position, so I might have to reel that in soon. Might not be far enough back. Let's go. It's gone a little bit too far to the right for my liking. We're in the danger zone. Just. Can but dry. One same distance to the left. He's coming over. A little bit closer. Closer still. He wanted that. for a second. Oh, here's another close one. Pick it back up again. Oh, he's right behind it. Hopefully get the float to zoom across the water in a minute. That'd be nice. There's one who's having it very close to where the hook bait is. I can't see my hook bait, I don't know where it is. But, you know, it's not a million miles away from that white bubble of the float. They're not what I want to see though. The old quacks, right, and he's coming right close to me bait. Come on. I'll really let him. I don't want to hook a duck. Evening guys. It's just coming up to 7:30. I've packed the float rod away. Nothing seems to be happening. It's all sort of died down. I think I had too many casts and spooked them. It's what happens. I had a couple of close chances though, so it's worth persevering, but not to be in the end. Anyway, I've put the rods out for the night. Left hand rod I've got going towards the island. If I keep moving and flickering, it's because the mosquitoes are really getting on my nerves this weekend. They're right in your face. But anyway, so the left hand rod is over towards the island, pretty much where it was last night, but a little bit closer to the pads that are in right near the island. So you know, just on the edge of the pads. So the right hand rod is on the tree line to the right. It's not a million miles away from where I've had fishing from the opposite bank. But yeah, so it's tucked in the tree line. Nice little spot, and yeah, I sprinkled some boilies over the top, and yeah, because you can't actually get to the bank to throw any sort of small crumb or anything in, so I've had to pulp some boilies over. And because I can't reach the spot with the pole over towards the island from this swim, I've gone round like I did yesterday evening when I arrived, and before I put the bait out, I poled out a spoonful of mixed crumb and pellet, and yeah, and I've got the bait right on it when I cast it, so yeah, I'm quite happy with that situation. So there's a bit of bait out there by the island, spread of boilies over by the right hand tree margin. Sticking to wafters tonight. I'm ditching the pop-up. I'm not a big fan of pop-ups. I used to be a big fan of them, but these days, I don't know, I think they're a bit too obvious sometimes. So, and also these fish are feeding in the silt. It's quite a silty lake, so if they've got their heads in the silt, last thing I want is a pop-up hanging up by their gills. I want them to root around and find the bait. So yeah, sticking to a wafter, and we'll see what gives. I've ditched the running leads as well. I've gone back to a conventional lead clip system. So again, a little bit of a change there. So let's see if the change up is going to make any difference. But in the meantime, you know what it's time for, guys. So, what's in the box tonight? Well, I've gone for another paella. This time it's the Co-op version. The Tesco's one was okay the other week, but this is the Co-op equivalent. It's not cheap. This is best part for £5, so it better be bloody good. So I'm going to put that, as usual, in the Ridge Monkey, get it nice and hot, and tuck into it. And I'll let you know what it's like when I'm doing that. So I'll see you in a little while. Okay, guys. So paella's ready. We'll have a look. Look at that. Lovely stuff. So, as usual, I'm going to eat it out of the pan. Down there. I'll tell you what it's like. Yeah, it's good. It's not perfect, not brilliant, not as good as Tina's again, but I think it's better than the Tesco's version. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Room for improvement. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy this, and I'll see you in a little while. Watch you guys. Sun's going down. The cuckoo's still cuckooing. And not a lot happening. There's been quite a bit of fish movement actually since the sun started going down over to the other side of the island. Now part of me thinks move, but I know that if I move onto them they're probably going to move down this end. So I've got my traps set. I'm going to leave them there and just fingers crossed the fish get confident enough to come over and start having a mooch. It's all I can do really now. Right, I'm getting bitten to, wow, there's so many mozzies in this bivvy. I mean, I could put the mesh front on and try and keep them out that way, but I don't like having a door down. I don't like that extra barrier to get to the rods when it goes off. Obviously, chances are it ain't going to go off, but I do like to be able to just throw the bag off and get out on the rods. I don't want to be faffing around with a door. The only time I really like a door down, not that I like it down, is when it's torrential rain and it's coming in the bivvy. So that's the only time I really have a door down. But I must admit I am tempted to get the mesh door out, because these mozzies tonight and last night are just horrendous. They're literally, it's like you've got dots in front of your eyes where they just keep flying in front of your face. Yeah, it's happening now. So anyway, I'm going to put the camera away and we'll see what happens. I'm not feeling overconfident. Oh, a nice fish just crashed out behind the camera. But they're moving. Now the other thing, I'm the only one on here tonight. Everyone else has packed up and gone home. So I've got the lake to myself, so I could go anywhere. But like I say, the fish are moving sort of a swim or two down, but I know if I move on them they're going to move anyway. And to be fair, I could actually get a bait where they're showing, but again, if I put a bait out there I'm only going to spook them and then move somewhere else. So I'm going to leave the traps where they are and hope the fish move on them. Well, fingers crossed. Pray to the carp gods. Well, the cuckoo's gone quiet for a second, and I'll see you later. Okay guys, 12:30, left hand rod has gone into life. Not a screaming take, but a take nonetheless. There it is, it's lovely, £17 mirror. There you go, happy days. So, blank saver at least, and a nice one at that. So I'm happy with that. Very, very nice. Thank you, mate, coming along and saying hello. Right, I'll show you the other side before we put it back. There we go. So there's the other side of my little blank saver. Thanks, mate. Made my day. And it's only 12:30, so you've already made it. Thank you very much. Happy days. Right, I've got to get him back. I'll see you in a little while. Good morning guys, just coming up for 8 o'clock. Obviously I've been up for some time already. I've been watching the water and having a brew and what have you. Obviously nothing else has happened since that 17 pounder. I've had the odd twitch on either rod, a couple of bibby bibs, nice sharp short taps, but nothing positive enough to hit. But yeah, we've just had a little shower and I'm just waiting for everything to dry out again. But when it has, I'm going to pack up and go nice and early, because I've noticed some of the fish are starting to spawn in the margins. So yeah, it's one of those things. But anyway, I'm going to pack up, head home and be happy with that 17 pound that I had last night. So, well, thanks for watching, guys, and if you do like these kinds of videos, remember to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell button for notifications, and you won't miss any of my videos. So thanks for watching. Until next time, be lucky.